Hello again, everyone. I am here today with another Gallo watercolor unboxing and swatching. So I loved these colors so much that when the next shop update came out, I had to buy another palette. As you may or may not remember, I have a prior video with this palette here, which is sort of, I think they call it their signature palette or their new signature palette. So this is this palette here that I got in the last update, and it came with a travel brush in it, but I've since put that travel brush in my roll of travel brushes because this is also going to have a travel brush, and my plan is to consolidate these two palettes and put it into a larger Schmincke palette that I have that's empty. So I will do that at the end, but I will put a link to this prior video where I swatched this prior palette, and I will also put a link to the video where I swatched this swatch card. So this time I got a swatch card as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and swatch that as part of this video, just because last time I did them separately, and I for some reason I thought it was gonna take me longer, and it was a very short video. So I'll go ahead and include this swatch card with that. By the time you see this, it's gonna be a little bit after the holidays, but this is a sample holiday color assortment here, and I have not swatched these yet, so I'm very interested to see. There's not as much room as there was on that other swatch card to put the swatches for these, so I am actually going to put it on the other side because both of these sides seem to be suitable for watercolor, so I will just flip it over and do the sample on the other side. I'm going to do that after I have swatched the large palette. So I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side now. And like before, there's this beautiful postcard about the company, Gallo, and then here is their little business card that they included. I'm going to put that off to the side as well. And then this time I also got a little cotton bag to put the palette in. So this is meant to hold a full palette plus some extras. So that is my plan, to put all of these colors into the full palette and then put that into the bag and then see what else I can put in here. This is the little card that came with this, so handmade in Italy, 100% cotone, which is cotton. And I am actually going to take out the paper that is in here. I took everything else out of the plastic bags just because I didn't want to be doing a whole bunch of crinkling of the plastic bags when opening everything. But this is actually quite a generous little storage pouch. And you could use this for not just the watercolor palette, but you could also use it for pens and pencils. It's a really good size. It seems like it might even fit some longer pencils and brushes, perhaps. Actually, I wonder if it would fit these super long pencils, but anyway, that is for another time. I'm only going to be doing the watercoloring today. So I'm going to go ahead and zip that back up. I'm going to put this little card off to the side as well, and then, so the palette that I got is the Naturale palette. I think, I can't remember if it's one or two. They have two different little half pan palettes of those. Oh, and it has a little card. It says, "Welcome to the Natural Collection," or Naturale Collection. Our handcrafted honey watercolors are made from the highest quality earth, mineral, and plant-based pigments. Natural tones treasured since antiquity, this collection is a combination of delicate and intense colors. For bold results, some mineral pigments may benefit from being pre-wet. Okay, so that to me indicates that these are going to be a little bit harder to re-wet than maybe the more modern paint pigments, which would be in the other set that I got. We hope you enjoy exploring the granulation, texture, and beauty of these unique colors. Thank you for supporting our family artisan workshop. Buona pittura e Gallo. Okay, excellent. And that's such a pretty little card. I'm definitely going to save that one. Put that off to the side. And as last time, it's beautifully wrapped and in a secure little thing here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and close that box up. And again, I'm definitely going to save this cover because it's such pretty marbled paper there. I'm going to put those off to the side. Okay, and like before, it has a little swatch card. This one looks a little bit different. It looks like it has some lines on the paper, whereas this one just had the names going through. I'm wondering if I can use that to determine how opaque colors are. That might work. We'll see. When I start swatching, I'll see how I want to do that. And because these swatches are rather small, I will be sure to put the swatches up closer to the video towards the end so that you can see it. Okay, there's a little sticker choking hazard. I'm assuming they're required to put that in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put that old box back off to the side there. Some things got a little mixed up here. I'm gonna make sure I have those organized. Okay, and then, yep, so here's the little travel brush. It's the same travel brush that came in the last set. Actually, this one looks a little different. Oh, that's interesting. Let me get that other one out. So let's see if I can find it. Let me just pull it out. So this one has a little bit more, the case itself is a little more matte. They're both size 6, but I think, yeah, so this one is a quill brush, whereas this one is just a regular, but that's cool though, that they're different. That's very cool, because I thought I was going to get the same one. Yeah, so as you can see, so this is the one from before, which is a quill brush, is the 1337, and the one that's in the new one is a 1327, and it looks like this is more just like a regular round brush. And I'm actually going to use this one to swatch today, given that it is different. This one I thought would be a little too floppy once it's wet to do the samples, but this one, assuming this is more like a regular round brush, I believe these are all synthetic. Yeah, it says synthetico here, synthetic. I will go ahead and use these to swatch. So let me put that other one aside. I'm going to go ahead and pre-wet my brush to get that manufacturing material out. It doesn't seem like it's super duper stiff, so that's coming out right away. I have a cup of water off here to the side. Ooh, that seems like a very nice brush, actually. I really like how it feels. Okay, so that brush is actually all ready to go already, so I'm going to put that off to the side, and then I will unwrap these. Oh, and it looks like this one is more of a generic sample card because it doesn't have the names already on here. So let me get my little Sharpie pen, because then I can label them on here. So this one is, oh, now let me just slide, can I slide these out? They seem to be a little bit stuck. Okay. Oh, and they're super in here. Let's see, maybe I can slide them out. Yeah. Okay, so this one, they're very secure here. So this one is buff titanium. So I'm going to go ahead and label the little spots as I go. I'm going to actually label on top so that I can go down here. So this one is buff titanium. I've used this pen a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was running out of ink there. And yeah, it looks like they're all just a little bit stuck, but they can get them out fairly easily. So this one is gold ochre, which it says on the side is PY43. Oh, and this buff titanium is PW6:1. Here. Okay, so I will label this one as well. Gold ochre. Okay, and then this one here, actually let me zoom in just a little bit because you don't need to be so far away. So this one is Moroccan yellow ochre. And, okay, they're sliding out. So this one is PY43. And let's see. Moroccan yellow ochre. I have to write these pretty small to fit, but like I said, I will show them to you closer up here in a minute. Okay, and then this one is Ercolano Red, which is PR101 and PR102. Go ahead and push that out there. Oops. And again, these look beautifully smooth. I will take their advice and go ahead and put a little drop of water on each of these when I start. Let's see, what was that one again? Ercolano Red. Okay, and this next one is Sartorio Red, which is PR102. And these are going to be really nice earth tones here, which will actually be a nice complement to the other set that I already have. And like I said, I plan to consolidate them into one larger container. So let's see. Sartorio Red. And then this one here is Morellone, which I believe was actually in the sample that I got last time, and it was very pretty, so I'm very happy about that one being in there. Morellone, I think that's a morel mushroom, I believe. That definitely looks like a mushroom color. Okay. Oh, and one thing to mention. So this set normally comes with pure indigo, which would be this last one here. And they had a little note that said that indigo is not 100% light fast, and if you would like, we can include Payne's Gray instead. And I actually requested that option, and they honored that. So part of the reason why I requested that substitution is because I recently purchased some pure indigo watercolor from a different brand, which I haven't shown on the channel yet. I plan to at some point soon. But since I already had a pure indigo watercolor, I didn't want another one, given that they are not light fast. Well, I think they said they were moderately light fast, but I think historically indigo, pure indigo, like real indigo, is not super light fast. So I wanted the light fast version. And with that exchange, pretty much all of these, if not all, I think, are light fast. So so this should be a pretty light fast set. Okay, so this one is Green Umber, which is a really lovely color. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like. I mean, you can see it on the wrapper, but it always seems a little different when you actually end up doing the sample. So this one is Green Umber. This one here is Green Earth Warm, which is interesting. And this one is PG23. That last one, the Green Umber, was PBR8. So this is Green Earth Warm. I want to be sure to note that in case I get a different one in the future. Oh, there you go. Green Earth Cool is this one, and you can kind of tell. So this one is PG23. So Green Earth Cool. And then I have Slate Gray, which is PBK19. It's interesting that that is a single pigment with no white. This one is stuck in here a little bit. Let me see if I can finagle it here. I might have to rip the package off. There we go. Oh yeah, it was stuck with the glue on the bottom there. Okay. PBK19, I think I said that. So this one is Slate Gray. It's interesting, they spelled gray with an A. Often in most of Europe, they will spell gray with an E. I don't know what the history of that is, so I don't really know what the appropriate one is for the appropriate location. Okay, so this is zirconium blue, and this is PB81. This is a beautiful blue here. Zirconium blue. And then we have one more, which I said earlier is the Payne's Gray. Oh, sorry, it's a little stuck. Payne's Gray, which is actually a quite dark gray. It is PB15, PBK7, and then that's PV. Oh wow, it's so dark I can't see the pigment. PV something. Maybe PV19? Don't hold me to that one. Like I said, their website has all of the pigment information, so I will put a link to them down below. And if I did not mention already, they are quite popular. So they tend to sell out pretty much right away whenever they put up an update. So if you are interested in getting these, I would highly recommend requesting their notifications so that you can indeed get in on these when they come in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my brush, and I'm just going to put a little dollop. Actually, those first ones were pretty skimpy there. Let me put a little bit more of water on each of these pans. Although just from touching these a little bit with this, I'm not sure it's going to be that big of a problem, but we will see. We will see. I will take their advice. It's always good to do that from the people who are making your goods there. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more yet again and see if we can get that. Okay, see, like with the others, there was really no issue. It re-wet really super easy. I don't want to go too far over because that's going to interfere with the next color there. So that's buff titanium. And then this one is gold ochre. Yeah, these colors are having absolutely no problem re-wetting. I can actually go down further. Let me do that on the sample here. And I want to go over that black line so that I can see whether it is opaque or not. You can actually see that this black line is being obscured a little bit. And that's pretty consistent for a buff titanium. Buff titanium does tend to be opaque or semi-opaque. Okay. Moroccan yellow ochre is this next one. Lovely. These are such amazing watercolors. I was so impressed last time, and yeah, that's beautiful. Ercolano red here. I was so impressed last time that I definitely knew I wanted to get some more of these in my collection, and they are just so beautiful. And this brush is actually great. It's very precise, and I tend to like a little bit of a stiffer brush, which this is. The other one, I believe, is more of a mop style, so it's going to be a little bit softer. I have not tried it yet, actually. I've been using other brushes with this paint. Sartorio red is this next one, which really seems like more of a brown red. And I'm trying to get a little bit of variation in the swatch, but it's so small that it's not really going to give, you know, a really true indication of variation there. These are just so beautiful. I really, really love these earth colors. Okay, so this is the Morellone, and that is definitely going to be opaque. I'm actually going to add a little bit more water here at the end of this swatch so that we can see what it looks like. A little more diluted there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now we're on to green umber. So yeah, I don't know that you would actually have a hard time re-wetting these if you had not put water on them ahead of time, but with the water on them, they re-wet like a dream. I mean, they're amazing. Like the last batch. I love that green umber. That's really, really pretty. Okay, and then this is the Green Earth Warm. Okay, so this one is probably the only one that has had a little bit of a trouble, not even trouble, it just doesn't re-wet as readily as the others. And I found that to be true of other brands of Green Earth as well. So, so that's not necessarily unusual here. Okay, and then this is the Green Earth Cool. Yeah, I definitely think these green earths are benefiting from that water ahead of time on here. And like I said, this brush is amazing. I really love this brush. I wonder what kind of synthetic material they use, because it's you have a lot of control with this little tip here. Okay, so this next one is Slate Gray. Oh, that's actually lovely. That would be great for rocks just on its own, and I'm guessing that that's going to make a pretty nice mixing color too. Similar to Buff Titanium. Okay, and then this is Zirconium Blue. It looks like the only one that's truly opaque is this Moralone up here. The others all seem to be either transparent or semi-transparent or semi-opaque. I think Buff Titanium is semi-opaque. Okay. These are so lovely. I'm really, really happy with these. Oh, it looks like this one's probably opaque too. Well, that makes sense from the label. So this one is the Payne's Gray, and it is sort of a bluish Payne's Gray. Again, I'm going to rinse that out so that I can get a more dilute side of it here. This is a more bluish leaning Payne's Gray than some Payne's Gray, which some Payne's Gray colors tend to go a little bit more true gray, but this is more blue, which I think is why they wanted to replace the indigo with this one. So I will put on my list to go ahead and show you the indigo, the true indigo that I got from a different brand. But in the meantime, here is these swatches from A. Gallo, this Naturale palette. And like I said, I can't remember if it's the number 1 or number 2. They had 2 of these, and one was a little bit more expensive. This was the, well, I mean, it's all relative, right? This was the slightly less expensive set, and the other one I know had Potter's Pink. I have so many Potter's Pinks. I don't really need a Potter's Pink. And it had a lot of other, I think, a little bit more expensive pigments in it. So, but these colors were exactly what I was looking for to kind of supplement the one that I already had. So let me put those aside. I'm actually not going to show you me transferring all of these into the container. Instead, I am into the larger container and then putting in the bag. Instead, I'm going to spend the little bit of extra time to go ahead and swatch this swatch card. So let's see. Oh my goodness, the writing on here is so tiny. So let me take my glasses off so I can read. So this is Fig Green. This is its Opera Pink. Oh, interesting. This is Antique Gold, Copper Blue, and Viridian Hue. Fascinating. Okay. So I'm actually going to do the gold last so that I don't contaminate my water. So I'm going to go ahead and wet that a little bit and then put it on the back there. Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to get a little bit more. Fig Green. And I could totally see this being a green fig. Figs are really big in California, so when I lived in California, we saw lots of figs, including green ones. Okay, so this is Opera Pink. Oops. Oh, that's interesting. So to me, this is a more violet opera. And I would say it probably is a little bit more like a true magenta. That one seems to like to flick around. Okay, I'm going to skip the gold here. Go with the copper blue, which is a lovely, oh, that is a really lovely blue color. It's so nice that they include, actually that's a little light, let me see if I can get it a little darker here. That they include these samples. I don't think they have all of their pigments all the time because they do have individual pans of color. And I have not purchased the individual pans. This one's re-wetting really easily. So this is the Viridian Hue, yes, which definitely looks like Viridian. That's lovely. And then let's go back to the gold. I'm interested to see how easy the gold is to re-wet. And it's such a tiny little bit of it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that actually is a pretty good gold. Let me go back and get a little bit more. Put in there. Lovely. Okay. I will, oops, it looks like it may have been in a frame there. Sorry about that. But I will go ahead and show these to you. So this was the Fig Green. This was the Opera. And then this is the gold. That was Copper Blue. And then this was Viridian Hue. So those are all, they're kind of subtle, like sort of light, pretty colors. Not necessarily what I would associate with Christmas colors, but it's really quite a beautiful take on that. And these are actually a really nice color combination together. So I'm going to hang on to this while it dries. But I think that's it for today. Here's another look at this swatch card for this lovely palette set here. And like I said, I'm going to combine that with this set from before. I really do think that these are going to go very well together. You're going to have a lot of really nice earth colors in the one above and sort of a supplementary blue there and some earth reds, and it's really going to go well with this. I'm really happy with these two together. Oh, and it looks like I actually have a full thing of Fig Green. Yeah, I thought the Fig Green looked familiar. So that was actually in my prior palette there. Excellent. Sort of like a green gold color. All right, well that's it for today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. And I hope you will join me next time. But in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.